Yeah. We on the mission. You ready? Let's go. We on the mission, yeah, we on the mission. You all know the mission, that's destroy opposition. We on the mission, yeah, we on the mission. The mission is to win and destroying competition. We on the mission, yeah, we on the mission. You all know the mission, that's destroy opposition. We on the mission, yeah, we on the mission. The mission is to win and destroying competition. I'm the perfect prototype, tell them get the photo right. Have you ever seen an underdog with an overbite? We didn't get it overnight, it's overtime. Soldier life, put a plan together, now I'm flyer than Orville Wright. Daniel beating Cobra.
Hello, this is Rich with BreedingWithTheMarkets.com. Today is October 5th, 2025. I am here with Sire from Southern California, and he's been with me a few months and doing well. We're here to give an update and to see where he's at and what he's been doing lately. How you doing, Sire?
I'm doing well, man.
Doing well. So what have you been up to lately? What's your status?
So status is finally getting my first payout after I think we started working together in May, and my goal in that first video was to start passing combines and then get a payout. So I finally accomplished that goal that I set for myself.
Wow. Do you think that's a reasonable amount of time compared to what you see on the internet?
From what I see and from where I started, because I started with like zero experience in this, from what I'm seeing, it's expedited to get to that point compared to a lot of people.
Yeah, I saw something the other day, and it was actually in a Discord that I won't explain, but they said they've been trading for 10 years and still have not got a payout.
Right, yeah, I've seen that.
Can you imagine 10 years, not got a payout? And guess what, support and resistance traders? Guess what, all of you gurus that are listening to all of these fakes on YouTube, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to take your money, and you're going to continue to give prop firms money over and over and over again. What happened this last week?
This was a good week. I was able to take a payout on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I got another 3 winning days, and I think I made like over $1,000 on those days. So next week I'll be eligible for another payout with 2 more winning days. Yeah.
Okay. How much was your payout that you took out with Top Step?
$850.
Nice.
I through that mental hurdle of like, well, I have a payout under my belt. Now I can move on without that feeling in the back of my mind like I haven't got a payout. So now I can move forward.
I don't think you understand how powerful that is, to be honest.
Yeah.
No, you don't understand how powerful that is, and you're probably going to piss a whole lot of people off because having no experience, coming over to BreedingWithTheMarkets.com, having trust in me, right? I could be the #1 biggest bullshitter out there, right? To take your money, right? And not teach you anything. 3 months later, you're taking your first payout with Top Step. Are you trading with your opinions, or are you trading objectively in the market?
Objective. Every morning where I get in, you know, I'm doing our system, and I'm seeing where the market's going to head for that day, and I'm getting a piece of it, and then I'm going to work and just staying consistent, and it adds up. And that's my biggest thing, is I just want to be consistent, taking money from the market every day and just letting that add up. You know, I want to build an account, an XFA for a month. I want to trade on it. You know, I don't want to go for huge wins or anything like that. I just want to consistently take profits and take payouts.
Yeah. What are you trading? Are you trading micros or minis?
Up to 20 micros, so I could scale.
Micros. So that's 2 minis. So 2 big dogs in the market at one time. Are you scaling in?
Scaling in, yep.
Do you use a stop loss?
No stop loss.
Oh, fuck. That's poor risk management, man.
Yeah.
Do you mean to tell me I taught a trader that didn't have any experience prior not to use a fucking stop loss? Damn. Piss poor fucking instructor right there. Damn it. Huh? Do you need a stop loss?
No.
So you hitting the market when it's pulling back against you?
That's my favorite thing to do, actually.
Oh no, God, don't do that. What do you mean? What do you mean? You don't add to a losing trade. What are you talking about, traders?
Right.
He's adding to a losing trade?
Yeah.
No. Why are you adding into the trade? Do you know where you're at in the market?
Yeah, I want a better price as well. You know?
Were you taught to be on the right side of the market?
Yep.
Do you understand what the right side of the market is?
Every day I can see where we're at.
Do you understand whether it's long or short? You know where you're at in the market?
Absolutely.
Without hesitation, or do you have to hesitate?
No, it's so clear. It's becoming more and more clear too. It's like obvious, super obvious.
Yeah. Is it like having bottles of tea or water in the refrigerator, and you're wanting a bottle of tea? When you open the refrigerator, do you have to think where your tea's at, or you readily identify it immediately?
Grab the tea.
Is trading the same way as the method that I taught you?
Yeah, it is.
How do you feel about that?
Oh man, it feels good. It feels like an actual skill. It feels like I'm going up there and I'm hitting on the first tee, I'm hitting my driver just like I always have. You know, it just feels like routine, same thing every day.
Nice. How long did it take you approximately? I mean, I don't know if you have the dates or not, but how long did it take you for Top Step to pay you out?
I think it took me 3 business days.
Okay.
Yeah, it was quick, a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be.
Not bad. Do you trade your accounts individually or on copy trading?
I haven't copy traded anything. I've just individually traded combines and XFAs.
And a lot of people blow up prior to the first payout. And I believe the majority of those people, the reason they blow up is they're not following a systematic approach that's objective in the market. Because I teach you and the traders, and correct me if I'm wrong, I teach that not to look at the P&L, just trade the system over and the market's just going to run for you, or it'll pull back and you add positions, you know where you're at in the market, and the market's going to reward you for good behavior. Am I wrong, or do you want to add on to that about what I just said?
I think a lot of people, like I've seen screenshots where it's like, oh, I've got to the funded level like 10 times and I've never got a payout. You know, they're blowing it up when they get on an XFA. But if you have a true system that you follow, what's the difference between a test account and express account or a funded account? There is no difference. And once you have enough experience taking those same trades over and over, it becomes the same thing. So you don't feel any type of way. But if you have something where you're going into the market every day and you're changing your strategy, or you don't know which side of the market you're on, you're gonna have results that vary. Every account that I'm taking, my win rate, everything is kind of staying the same now. What I know, it's all pretty consistent. But if you don't have a system like that, then you're not gonna get consistent results at all. You can't expect that, you know?
So what was your hit rate on this account? Again, I don't remember if I asked you that question. What was your hit rate approximately on this?
82%, yeah.
82%.
Yeah.
You know, and how many trades was that about approximately?
50 trades.
50 trades, so within the week?
Yeah.
So 50 trades, 82%. No one would believe you. Okay, period. No one believes you because that's just impossible. There's people and gurus on the internet that have 60, 70,000 followers that can't do it themselves over and over and over again, because it's not just one and done. It's, can you do this a lifetime? Can you do this? Can you do this every week? Can you blow something up on Monday and turn around and come back and kick ass Tuesday through Friday for the rest of the month, right? Because it's pretty hard to lose when you have an 85% hit rate or so. Pretty hard to screw that up unless you over leverage. Would you agree or disagree on that?
Yeah, it does feel like I have to really screw something up or just lose my mind and just over leverage to the max. Because like now, even when I'm trading 20 micros, it feels like that doesn't really feel over leveraged at the moment. It feels like I do have a lot of breathing room still, as long as my entries are right. But I feel like, you know, I need 2 more winning days for another payout, and I feel like I'm pretty confident I could just do that. Even if I just wanted to take the minimum for a winning day, it wouldn't be too hard to do that.
And I would suggest, you know, like I said, milk these guys. You know, they have a system that's against the traders, and straight up, that's a fact. The majority of the prop firms do not, but there are a lot of prop firms. That are consistent with their rules. They're consistent on how they treat people, and they truly want you to succeed in some way. They are truly out to reward the traders that actually have a skill. They are not kicking gamblers out, because the gamblers are going to phase out by themselves. But what has happened in the prop firm industry is when you have a skill, you get flagged. If you have a true skill in the market and you could trade 10, 20 accounts individually each and every day on the NASDAQ on a 1-minute time frame and be done within 7 minutes, that scares the living shit out of the prop firms, and that's a fact. As I've been banned by those prop firms, and been banned where you have live stream individuals saying that they're waiting for Apex to go on $19 and they're going to buy 100 accounts and they're going to take 20 accounts and copy trade them, and here's my discount code, and they're allowed to do it, but they do not allow traders such as myself with a skill to trade with them. They allow those people to continue to gamble and to get everyone else in to gamble, and they don't state the facts. Would you agree or disagree with me on that?
Yeah, it's definitely set up like that.
Have you seen me trade?
Yep.
Have I shared my trades with you?
Yep.
And I've seen you trade and you share your trades with me. This week, you have shared your trades also. Were you in the same direction in the same area that we took our trades?
Yeah, I think one of the days we had like almost pretty identical trades actually.
So what does that tell you? I mean, I know what it tells, how I feel about it. I feel pretty damn good about it because I want you guys to succeed, right? But how do you feel that somebody that's actually teaching you and showing you, but you have to actually apply that knowledge and repeat that knowledge and stay on the train tracks and continue to have faith in a system? Because I could have very well said a bunch of BS over here on the left, pretended that I could trade and not actually trade like the majority of people, right? I'm not saying that, right? Have you seen videos of like the #1 scalper recently? Have I showed you videos and stuff like that in a group session?
Yeah, and like, so some people's mentors, like they could go through their course and then the mentor puts out the trades for the day that they took, and then their students are like, well, how the hell did he get to that? Because like, we didn't take those same trades because it's not a dialed in system. It's not bulletproof like that, where if you learn this, it's hard to mess it up. So we're all taking the same trades at market open. We all have the same system, and you can see that because we're all in the same area, right side of the market every day, you know? And you can't take a trade and fool us with some other stuff that we didn't learn. We would be able to spot it real quick.
Correct. And you would know, hey, you screwed up, or hey, you were gambling in this area, right? I mean, that's just, it keeps us honest, right? It keeps us like, what a great thing to do. It's kind of like a math problem. You have a formula to check and see if the answer is right? And if you screw the formula up, maybe you're screwed up anyways, right? But if you have a simple formula, and so you can actually, you don't even need to ask me. I don't even remember any time whatsoever since you've been with me training one-on-one. I don't think you've ever asked me why you've lost this trade, because you know why you lost it.
Yeah, it's easy for me to see, and it's like I've taken enough losses, you know, to just be like, let me just do the right thing. Let me not go against the system, because what's the point? You know, what's the point of testing anything out? I don't need to test any other.
I've done that.
Yeah, I don't need to add anything to what I've learned. It's pretty crazy because I just need experience and I need more trades under my belt, but I don't need to be tweaking with what I'm doing every day. That's the beautiful part about it too. I don't need to add, I don't need to search for new indicators or new word salad fucking things that I'm hearing every day that I don't even know what it means, because I don't care. I don't need that knowledge that's out there. I have enough right here, and it's working really well. So why change that?
And when you hear other people talk on the internet, where do you see yourself? And you're a humble person. All successful traders are humble. They might, you know, when I say I could back my stuff up, that means I'm true. Can I back my stuff up?
Yeah, it's true.
Could I back my trading up if someone call me out? What would you say to them?
You'll see for sure.
So, but can you do the same thing?
Yeah, I think I could actually. I think I could.
Okay, so 3 months in, right? I'm no hero. 3 months in, and you could do the same thing. Like if someone says you're just gambling and you got lucky, right?
Yeah.
Like it's really crazy. So when you see stuff, or you're just flipping on YouTube or watching various things, it doesn't have to be about trading, and you all of a sudden see something that says, hey, learn a strategy in 5 minutes, and you might click on it for 2 minutes, such as I might do, and I'm like, here we go again. And
I probably click on it for like a couple minutes, and then I don't know, I hear these words and stuff, and I almost feel, it just feels wrong, like, to even hear it, and then I'm just like, I'm gone. But just let me just check up and make sure everyone's doing this stuff still, like what's out there, and then I'm gone. As soon as I hear something, it's like, dang.
I do the same shit. I'm like, okay, what's this guy or girl? And I'm like, and they start off and say, risk management, you really have to control your stop loss. You have to be willing to take a loss. I'm like, nah.
It's crazy because if you ingest all this information that's out there, it's a million different new people popping up every day, flaunting stuff or whatever, but they're all saying the same bullshit. Like everybody's saying the same thing, and then there's new words that are coming out to overcomplicate it more to make you feel like they know something or they're doing something different, but it's really not anything different.
It's a fake business, isn't it? I call it fake. I said these guys are fake.
Yeah, it's a fucking
it's a scam, isn't it? I say it's a scam, and I'll back it up. It is a scam, because you can ask the same questions I can ask, is tell me why there's liquidity there. Who says there's liquidity there, right? I taught you how and why price moves, right? Yeah. We don't say have I ever said because of something's up there?
No.
It doesn't matter what's up there. But they want you to believe that that's up there. And if it is up there, then why aren't you in the trade? And I give an example of if the market moved down 300 points and the price decided to turn and go up and then pass the high that made their low. We don't trade highs and lows, but it swept their high that just came down. 99% of the people on YouTube is going to say the reason price went up there is because of liquidity. Now, let me ask you something. I trained you and one-on-one, and you only have 3 months worth of experience, approximately. Do you think price went up there because of liquidity?
No.
Let me ask you something. If price went down 400 points, which is 1,600 ticks, would you have held on and watched it go all the way down and then reverse and go all the way up?
Hell no.
Who would do that?
I mean, it's out there.
Think about what I said logically. It went down 1,200 ticks. You didn't get out, and then price went all the way up because of all of these stop losses at the very top. That's why 99% of these people are not profitable, because they don't know how to trade. Why would you leave a stop loss in 1,200 or 1,600 ticks down and then 1,600 ticks all the way up, 3,200 ticks, 800 points in a market? Who would leave their position there?
Crazy. And even on Friday, I was watching another trader on YouTube while I was trading. And Friday, it was very obvious that we were going to go short. And they had multiple traders. They were all taking buys and they were trying to go long. And I was looking at what I was looking at and I was like, you guys are so fucked. And I'm over here shorting. And,
I love
they're
it.
like, oh man, well you can't, that's trading, And I'm like, what the hell? It's actually crazy.
You guys are fucked. You're right.
And I was
You're right. They are. We need them on the other side of the trades. Thank you, all of you streamers and livers and everything else, misguiding these traders. I love it.
There's people copying those signals to get in long as well. They're putting their money on the line. They're not thinking for themselves. And we're not, when the market's open, we're not in communication. I'm thinking for myself, but I'm seeing everything very clearly, So I'm not getting any signals or anything like that, but other people are relying on signals and somebody else's word, while they're trading. It's craziness.
No, it's sick. I visited the majority of those streams, and it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. It's very generic gambling session. Hey, sign up, hit my code, hit the like and subscribe button and all that stuff. I don't buy subscribers. I don't buy likes. We had a session, a group session this morning. How do you feel that went?
I think that was a really good group session. I enjoyed it.
Nice. Did you have to pay for it?
No, I didn't have to pay any extra or anything.
Nice. So did we go into detail on a lot of stuff? Like, you don't have to explain the specific detail, but in general, what did we talk about today? Just in general.
Just, it's kind of just reiterating a bunch of stuff that we've been through before, Sometimes it's just good to hear that stuff again, just to kind of ingrain everything in your mind even more.
Mm-hmm. Then did we talk about copy trading?
Yeah, we did. We talked about copy trading.
Okay, so we top and you could go ahead and explain, but on copy trading. But what did I say about copy trading?
That it takes more skill to rotate accounts. If you have 5 XFAs, it's actually more skill, and you learn more as a trader by taking more trades off rotating those accounts instead of just having 5 accounts and copy trading and taking a couple trades and stopping. You could rotate those accounts, get more experience, and have less risk at the end of the day. If you do copy trade, I think your skill level, you don't have to have as much skill. It's not as hard as rotating accounts, You just take one trade, you can make a couple $100s a day and just do that. That's cool. I don't have anything against the copy trading, but it is less skill, I would say.
So you could be on the wrong side of the market and have a winner and times 5 or 20 accounts, right?
Yeah.
But you can't be on the wrong side of the market 10 times in a row, right? So it's gambling. So that's what I some of the things that I talk about in group sessions about what is actually gambling. It's not like, oh, I didn't over leverage. No, gambling is not knowing what the fuck you're doing. Right?
Yeah.
Anything that involves money is gambling. If you're going to go and buy a car, or you're going to go and buy a house and it has no title and you don't use a title company and they tell you let's not use a title company, it's all gambling, right? Oh, well, my brother and sister-in-law have the title to this piece of land and property and we'll get it to you. Let's just go ahead and do the transaction today. And oh, by the way, just send it to me in Bitcoin and keep going on, right? Trading's the same way, right? So I incorporate life skills and give you life examples and then relate it to trading, so we're all on the same page and to continue to hone in on a systematic approach to the market each and every day, right? How do you feel about that? Where you're waking up, are you studying? Do you study? I talk about studying steel charts and stuff like that,
yeah.
But when we mark up charts and
I'm marking up the chart, like when I get back from work, I'll mark up the chart and just see, what happened throughout the day. But when I take a really good trade, I'm screenshotting it. I'm studying my own trades really that I take, and I'm just looking at where was everything, and then I'm just studying those trades and I'm archiving it, and now I have a bunch of trades that I could go back and look on. Before the market opens, I look at my trades. So I know, and that's helped me so much, is looking at those trades. And I know exactly, when I see this, I have full confidence that I'm going to be able to take some money out of here, So that's been a great thing that I've been doing.
And who would think, right? Because isn't there supposed to be buyers and sellers in the market? How do you know? I say we trade for the future. We know with a high probability where price is going.
Yeah.
Would I be wrong saying that?
It's very high probability. Very high.
What do you think in your own? What do you think?
I mean,
don't be shy.
I think it's I think it's a 90% at least. probability, like very high, maybe even more than that.
So you're saying that 10% might not
10% is
what
me.
I taught you?
10% is me messing something up, really.
Okay, no, when I'm saying the system, if you follow the system to a T, what do you think it might be at?
I think that you can make money every day, every morning. And that's what I've been proving to myself too, is like, damn, every morning I'm taking money out. So it's a very high probability, is what I'll say.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? So when I say, oh, I like to be green every day, this guy's full of shit. Right?
You could be green every day. If you take the right setups, you actually can. Like, you actually can be green every day. And I've seen, watching some of your older videos when you were on Top Step, I've seen some of your monthly P&Ls, and it is green every day. So I know that's possible. If I really do everything right, I can have a full green month.
Yeah. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. That's what's crazy, right? Because it's okay to lose, right? Yes, it's okay to lose. But the question is, it's always okay to lose. But the real question comes in, why did you lose? Because the way we lose, or the way I lost a day, or the way you did, might be different. We could have over leveraged. We could have got into early. And it doesn't mean that we got into early, but if you over leverage, period, based on the accounts that we have or prop firms that we have, that could get you out of the market quickly. Did I show a video today? Do you remember how long I was in the market on 5 minis?
I think it was nearly 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's like 38 minutes. So 38 minutes in the market, and it was with another mentee, correct?
Yeah.
So, and he was here today also in the group session, and he actually got to view that. And he had said, a lot of times that, man, I would have been out already. But if you understand where you are in the market, why are you getting out? Where did my risk management start, Sire?
Before the execution of the trade.
Okay, so I held with 5 minis, which is 50 micros in the market on the NASDAQ on a 1-minute chart for 38 minutes. Did the trade end up profitable?
Yeah.
Did I go into drawdown?
Yeah.
And I waited patiently.
Yep.
So when I say patience is more important inside the market versus outside of the market, am I showing you that versus telling you?
Yeah.
And how do you feel about that?
I feel the same because, it's uncomfortable to be in drawdown in the beginning. And a lot of the way a lot of people trade, their stop losses are so tight where they don't even allow themselves to go into that much drawdown. Then they end up taking loss after loss. Oh man, I went 10 points against me, that's a loss. Oh, another 10 points, that's a loss. That's a loss, that's a loss. And it's like, I felt like that in the beginning too. Like, oh, it's 10 points against me. But now I don't feel any fear of being in that drawdown when I know that I'm on the right side. It's going to come back to my point, or I could get out if I need to get out. But I don't feel that fear, like, oh, 10-point stop. I've got set points where it's like, let it come back to the spot. Please come back to the spot. Get in again. And that's what makes these trades like really beautiful when you pull them off.
And then it flushes, right?
Yeah.
It flushes. A lot of people are scared to short the market, as we know. Market is designed to go up. And do I teach you how to trade the entire market?
Yeah, I mean, going long, going short.
So that's what we do. It doesn't matter which direction the market's heading. If we look at it in a systematic way and objectively in the market, we better be in that trade if we see an execution appear. If we see, hey, hello, here I am, we need to execute without hesitation. Are you having any hesitation in your trading?
No, not at all. I mean, I would like to take some longs here next week. Hopefully there's some longs because it's all been shorts, but hopefully we get some good longs coming up. But I don't have any hesitation with that. I'm looking forward to taking some longs, actually. It's been all short setups, I feel like.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, it's been short setups because you have a minimum amount of time that you can...
Yeah, that's the thing too.
Because if you watch the market all day long, like me, we talked about, does time matter in the market? I went over time today. Does it matter in the market, or does the setup?
It's mostly the setup. If I had different times where I could trade, I trade the market open because that's when I'm allowed to trade. But if I just popped in at 1 or 2 o'clock, I might have went short in the morning, but there's a long setup at 1 or 2 o'clock where I would be taking that trade instead of the short in the morning, if that's what my schedule allowed. It'd be perfect.
Sure.
Yeah.
Using the same approach?
Same exact approach. Yeah.
So we don't dictate when that approach happens, right? We don't dictate, right?
No.
So how do you feel? You actually learn the language of the market, right? So how do you feel? It's like, I tried to explain this the other day, is if you bought a book and it was written in Spanish, over a period of time, you'd probably have to look up all the words, what they mean. But over the period of time, you could read in Spanish and write and speak. How do you feel about that? How do you compare that to trading?
Man, it's powerful because, when you have this type of knowledge and you're putting it into practice and you're succeeding at it, and then you talk to someone else that's just beginning their journey, you're like, damn, the stuff that I know, it's not out there, it's not readily available. And then I was just talking to somebody actually that just started trading, and I want to tell them stuff, and I just know where they're at, and I'm like, man, it's such a disaster because there goes their money and all that. And that would have been me as well. You know, if I didn't take a chance, you know, taking your mentorship, that would have been me too. So it's crazy because there's so many people out there like that. And I want to tell this friend like some stuff, but I can't tell him anything, you know, what I know. But it's
it's private, and it's for a reason, right? Because you know, people that come to breathingwiththemarkets.com, their information is private, and the information that I teach is private, right? I mean, it would be a disservice basically to everyone, basically, right? That spent the money and applied. But like I said, if anyone ever wants to learn and they're legitimate, I've turned a lot of people down because I'm not going to teach haters and scammers and schemers or whatever, you know what I mean? Good people. So if you know anyone and they want to learn how to trade, because a lot of people will always, it doesn't matter what you know, right? It doesn't matter what you know, because traders and in this industry always think that they know more than the next person. So if you're in a Discord and you're doing well on your trading, you still think that you know more than those people that are not doing well in trading, but you could be the gambler, right? You could literally be the gambler thinking that you're ahead of them and they have so much more to learn, right? But when you trade an objective system and you listen to somebody talk, you're like, oh God, this is going to hurt. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How do I tell them just to stay the fuck out of the market?
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't want to pay for their education either because they're thinking this is something that, like everything else, you could go on YouTube if you want to learn how to do construction or you want to learn how to change your alternator. You could go and do that on YouTube. But that is not the case. You know, it's not. You have to. That knowledge is not really out there. But a lot of people don't want to pay for education, so they're just going to end up trading like everybody else does.
Well, and they don't know because they could pay for education and still learn the basics. So I say this a lot, and correct me if I'm wrong. You can learn the basics for free on YouTube, right or wrong?
No, that's true. Definitely you can.
You're not going to learn how to trade on the right side of the market. You're not going to learn about the gems that I told you. You're not going to learn on what we do, and you're not going to become as profitable and as skillful as all of the traders that I've taught. Because it's like going out looking at your car. If you have a white Corvette sitting out front, and then you go out there and you go, wait a minute, there's a yellow Corvette here. That's not my car. Why? You say you have a Corvette. It's the same with trying to take a higher low. That's what I tried to explain. And how do you try to explain something? It's very difficult to prove something that is already wrong, right? If there's no objectivity in what they're saying, then you don't need objectivity to dispute it. You can't have it. But if there's something that's objective in the market, objective evidence in the market, it speaks for itself. You don't have to prepare for the truth. You don't have to prepare for the teaching or the mentorship, because it will always be there, a lifetime, right? So when we go back in price 20 or 25 years, it's there.
Yeah.
Why is it there? Who cares? Who knows? I don't use a bunch of word salad and say this is why price is doing this and this is why price is doing that. No, I'm saying when price does this, you do that. When price does this, you do that. When price does this, smack it again. Goes back against you, smack it again. Again, smack it. Reap the rewards, good behavior gets rewarded. Right? Would you say that's a simplified system now that in only 3 months? I mean, 3 months and a payout is a celebration. I'm telling you right now.
And I put in a lot of time, and I put my money up, and I've, tested everything, and I've done everything the best I could. And it's very simple, and I feel like I'm getting better every week with my experience that I have. I'm more patient, I have less fear, more calculated with the trades that I'm taking. And it is very simple. It's very visual to me. I see it, and then I get in, and I'm not trying to be greedy or anything, and I move on with my day. I'm not over here wondering what the charts are doing or that was a bad trade. I'm not ruining my day with these trades that I'm taking, and it's just it feels really good to be able to rely on a system like that. It's just I'm thankful, man. I'm very thankful for that.
Nice. And how do you feel about having a little bit of supplemental income?
Man, I'm looking forward to it because it's right now I'm just going to reinvest it into trading. Yeah. But you know what? The way I took this payout was legit. So I'm going to continue doing this stuff, man. It was legit. I'm going to continue doing it. I'm going to continue gaining confidence. And man, I'm just going to...
How powerful is that? Like, seriously, knowing that you didn't gamble, right?
Yeah.
No one could take that away from you. I could not say, Sire, stop what you're doing. Forget about it. You have it.
Yeah.
It's inside of you. It's learned behavior.
Yeah.
It will never leave you. How do you feel about that? I mean, you're young. You got a great career already, and now supplemental income.
Yeah, my job is, I have a great job. I have a great career, thankfully, and this is not taking me much time at all. You know, this is before work. I already sometimes made more money than I did at my job that day, and no one even knows about that. And I'm just going to still work hard, and it could get to the point where I could just pay my bills with my job like I always do, and then I have that supplemental income where I could buy a toy or, you know,
reinvest it. You can reinvest it.
I want to reinvest the money because I'm passionate about trading and I just like this stuff. So, and it's fun.
And that's why I had mentioned today, and I may not even post it. I may not post it on the website. I may, but it will only be for mentees only. Yeah. But another, I don't want to call it an advanced course, but it is a course separate from what I've taught you, right? Yeah. But it goes into stocks, options, and Hakanashi, and I'm willing to give up the sauce for that, you know, for a discounted price for the mentees. But like I said, there's so much to learn in the market. Yeah. And me as a trader, I didn't focus on one thing. I focused on everything, which is a big difference. Yeah. I didn't focus on one. I focused on everything. I didn't trade Forex. I said, I'm going to get Forex. I'm going to attack that bastard. And I got it. And then I moved on, or stocks or whatever. Stocks are easy. Options are easy. So a lot of these things, but there's certain ways to do things, and there's certain ways to increase your probabilities, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So when you can start to put everything together that I have in my head, right? And you have everything together, molded together, it's like everything just keeps you honest. Yeah. It's like you're in the saddle. You're just like, whoa, you know, this is powerful. Leave that shit alone. It's powerful over there. Leave that alone, you know. And I'll dabble over here, and I'll have fun, and I'll reinvest over here. I don't give investment advice and stuff like that in stocks and stuff, but I teach you how to lead, right? How to lead. So you're the leader. I don't lead you. I show you exactly what you need to do, what you need to train on, what you need to concentrate on. You give me feedback. You share your charts, and I give you advice that is only related to objective facts in the market, right? Because I don't know everyone's financial needs or goals. This isn't about money, and because it's not about money, that's probably why you have your first payout in 3 months.
Yeah, I think that's a big deal too. I'm not really, you know, it's not about the money, and I'm lucky enough to have enough money to fund it, you know, my experience, and I think that's a big part of it because I'm not worried. This is not life or death, you know, learning this skill. It's just been fun.
And what did you pay for your mentorship?
$2,500. Yeah.
2,500. Yeah. So do you think you got your money's worth so far?
Well, you know, knowing what I know now, 100%, that is a discounted price, and just the amount of time that we spent face to face and the other meetings that we've done, it's been so much time, you know. And I had no idea it was going to be this one-on-one and in depth, and it's helped. It really has.
And but you had to put in the work, right?
Yeah, of course.
And was putting in the work hard? When people say you have to put in the work, and people go, I've been trading 5 years and it's intuition, you're just going to get it one day. Did I ever tell you you're just going to get it one day?
No. And putting in the work it's been challenging. Don't get me wrong, especially when I didn't have any experience and I didn't even know how to chart a chart. It was tough in the beginning, but once I started getting the hang of it, it's just like so easy, so simple, and it's really fun to do the charting and everything like that.
Mm-hmm. Nice. So we don't back test, right?
Oh, never back tested, no.
Yeah. How do you feel about back testing now that you know where you're at today with your trading?
It just feels like something. It just feels like the way that we trade and everything, it's so different from the way most people are trading that I never got into that either. I never back tested before either. But when I hear that, I'm like, dude, I don't have to back test. Like, I don't need that. It's a waste of time, in my opinion. You know, it would be a waste of time for me to back test. Like, what do I need to do that for? I don't even need to stare at the charts all day. Like, it's the same stuff every day. I do come back to the charts and look because I'm interested in it, but I wouldn't have to, you know?
Yeah. So lastly, tell us, so what happens? So you go to sleep at night, tell what you actually do from when you get up, what is the process that you do, and how much time it takes you to basically start the execution of a trade? Tell in simple terms, like seriously.
Yeah, so like I wake up and probably around 6 o'clock, and I'll get in my chair in front of the screen at 6:15. I'll drink my energy drink, get some caffeine in me, and then I'm looking at the chart, and I already start charting from 6:15, what I see in front of me at that time. But I'm also just letting the market do what it's going to do in those next 15 minutes, and I'm adapting my chart to what price is doing. And then when market opens, I mean, a lot of the times I'm in a trade within the first 2 to 5 minutes. And if not then, I'm definitely probably in a trade by 7 o'clock. And then, you know, if I take a good trade, let's say 6:45, I'm done. I watch YouTube, I eat breakfast, and I just go to work. That's all I do. I don't stay on it.
Yeah. So what do you think about the streams that are 2 or 3 and 4 hours long that are what?
Yeah, that shit is crazy because I'll be at work, I'll go to my phone, I finished at 6:45. I'm going to lunch and I see live on the YouTube, still live sitting there. Oh man, today fucking sucks. It's so slow, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I can't do that. I'm sorry. I'm not fucking sitting there and I'm not going to watch the market do nothing for as long as they're sitting there waiting for a second.
So they're bullshitting, right? They're basically saying, I don't know how to trade.
Well, they're sitting around chopping it up and just like, they stopped looking at the charts hours ago. They're just fucking talking about random shit at that point.
Damn. So it's definitely a skill in the market that you need. I thank you, Sire, and taking the time once again. Congratulations, man. I mean, words cannot describe, what you actually did in 3 months to take your first payout with Top Step, which is, a highly respected prop firm. I mean, let's just be honest, right? They do have a lot of people that love to be there at Top Step. They can find me with one account, and like had over 110,000 taken from Top Step over a short period of time. And you're going to do the same thing. It's not the money, the skill is going to reward good behavior. And that's the bottom line. Bad behavior, nothing ever comes up good from basically implementing bad behavior in the market. The market will humble you even when you have good behavior. And if you have bad behavior in the market, it's really going to humble you quickly. You're going to go on tilt. You don't know where you're at. You think something's wrong with you. You think that because you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, you're an engineer, you're a fireman, or you work at a restaurant, that you can never do anything right and your dreams are never going to be reached. That's a piss poor way to think. And would you just relate it to piss poor education?
Yeah, I would relate it to that. And I feel for all those people that think that's impossible to even get one payout. People feel like it's impossible. And these are the same people that are passing funded accounts. They're getting to the funded level and they still feel like they can't get a payout. That's not because you're not unable to learn something or succeed at something. You just really don't know what to do or the right sequence of events that need to take place to succeed at this. So it's not really your fault. It does come down to education. If you're a high level anything, why do you think high level athletes all work with coaches, work with mentors? That's just part of getting good at anything.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And any last words for the community? Any last words of advice or how you feel?
I just feel very thankful, man, that you've given me the tools to be able to succeed at trading. And I know that I'm going to take it way further than this. So I'm excited for that. Yeah. Right
on. Good ending. Thank you again, Sire. And I wish you well. And we'll be in contact soon, obviously, as much as possible, because I want everyone at Breathing with the Markets to succeed. And I'm like batting 1,000. So, I mean, when you have all the traders taking the same trades and not in communication, what's that tell you? I guess it speaks for itself, right?
Yep.
Have a good day and peace, Sire.